All right, welcome back to Roottree Mania, episode 12. This is going to be it. I know it. I know this is going to be it. Oh, last time, we slowly pulled teeth trying to get this second to last affair with Guy Hudson, but now we're pretty solid on these ones. I just don't know how to find her kids. So, we were looking at Grandorf. Deaf. Grandorf School for the Deaf, formerly Grandorf. Now, this doesn't matter, right? Same thing. Is it the same thing here? Butler County Times? No, not that. Grandorf Dove. Last mentioned in 1990. That's when it changed its name. Grandorf School for the Deaf. Oh my god. It was that simple. Grandorf School for the Deaf has made a few odd appearances here and there. It's not too many that you can't look at all of them. Such as scrolling. Okay, local students provide key evidence in scientific study. Ford sisters. Hang on. Oh my gosh. What is that? Someone left to tell you an inhaler. Okay. Versions were used as part of nationwide study on how allergies and other diseases affect twins. Okay. Identical twins in the world who suffer from two different genetic issues. One of them has asthma, the other has a deadly allergy to peanuts. Their mother, Ms. Susie Ford, who was principal at nearby Ganondorf School for the Deaf, was originally contacted by researchers. She asked if her daughters, Melissa and Heather, could be useful, and it turns out they were. They couldn't be more different. My youngest, we all call her that, even though it's only by about 15 minutes. Is shy, but hasn't stopped running from the moment she learned to scamper. Asthma has kept her sister off the soccer field, but she's the definition of extrovert. Is this a thing? So Heather Ford. So the youngest is Melissa. Wait. wait. They wrote this in the most annoying way possible. Okay. My youngest, Melissa. Because Heather is the other one. Asthma has kept her sister off the soccer field. But she's the definition of an extrovert. So, asthma, older. Heather. Asthma, Heather. Are we saying they're Hughes? Heather Ford, okay. All Ford. Melissa. Ford. Student. Give it to me. Oh my god, finally. Oh my god. Two more. Hughes Thomas. Yeah. I think there it is.
Hi again. I know you probably thought you were done.
No, I saw the locked section on the board, like last time.
But it turns out what you're doing here might have some pretty major repercussions on the family tree.
Again.
Yeah?
Also, there's something really strange happening. I can't explain it.
That I'm right about the other 5 pieces?
Neither of us can.
What?
I'd call it a simple misunderstanding, but it's digging at the pit of my stomach. I just have a feeling. Clark?
Mm-hmm.
Last week, let's just say being the president, sometimes people bring me things.
Just skip to the important part.
Right. One of our janitors brought me some hair she'd found in Ruby Spratt's trash. It was Bonnie Hudson's.
What?
Bonnie is Guy's sister. She'd sent us her hair to test potential Roottrees, since her DNA is closest to Guy's. But Ruby threw it out, and I wasn't sure why she would have done that. Especially right before we began testing the tree you provided. When I asked, she told me she thought the samples needed to be fresh every time they did a test.
It seems really odd. Ruby was the one who convinced us to do DNA testing in the first place. She seemed so knowledgeable. I don't like it. You've done more of a deep dive on these people than anybody else has. Clark will keep a closer eye on the DNA tests from now on.
Okay.
You have an eye for anomalies. We need you to find the smoking guns.
Okay.
If there's anyone you're 100% positive can't be a Roottree,
Yeah.
Or any you've got definitive evidence are Roottrees,
Oh, God.
then we might be able to catch Ruby in a lie.
Well, let's look at the gap here. Oh, my God. Now's the time to review all possible Rootrees and input your deductions. You'll be able to end your search and reveal the truth. You have 13 possible Rootrees left to identify. Hang on. If I click this, does it... Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Okay. Helping with your evidence and understanding the family tree, you can verify which people in the dotted box are almost certainly legitimate Rootrees, very unlikely to be legitimate Rootrees, and which of them are too ambiguous to make a decision. Okay. I have noticed this. I have noticed this. It's the only thing with a clue. It's this, for sure. Hang on, though. You have 13 possible, so that's 1, 2, 3. Oh, you know what? True, because if he's not, then everyone else isn't. Good point. Okay. This has to be B, if my theory holds, right? Now, we said here, I think? No. What's going on here? So if I search up... Let's see. I'm not going to do that. I don't think that's relevant. Indecisionitis. No. The person... Yeah, anonymom is the thing, right? So, okay, I don't think. Let's try news time. Let's try Anonymon. Jane Doe Roottree. No, that's the same. Hang on. No, what was the whole... There's only evidence here. Roottree Mania. Wait a minute. So here's the thing. She went to a university that she went to. She was in a foster system that he was in, right? Oh, we have her other picture, of course. Now, see, I've been having this feeling the whole time. Like, I think he is, but I don't think he is. If I click this. Oh. I get it. Wait. She had a detailed experience adopting Stuart. I don't think he's a Roottree, to be honest with you. I haven't felt that way. Oh, man. How do you find them all? Is it actually 2 out of 2? Wait. Found 5 out of 6. Oh, this is very helpful. What about you? 11. Oh, man. So she wanted to say that he is. He was a foster kid, so she's been propping up. Okay, let's talk about Anonymon. What about Piketty? There's no details. Anonymon worked as a manager at a department store in North Carolina. Her daughter name was Courtney May. Vouched for her famous cover story. Corinne S. And that she had filed for bankruptcy. So, if I go back to... Hang on. Anonymon. Daughter's name is Courtney May. Corinne S. vouched for the story, right? So now we have the records. This. We have... B. Fucking B. Butterscotch. That's exactly what it is. Okay. So hang on. It's Beatrice Watts, right? Yeah. Beatrice Watts. Now then. Manager. Manager? Retail? Yeah. Don't have a picture. The article's... Oh, wild. Okay. I noticed and cared. So... she filed for bankruptcy. Courtney May. Watts? Can I look that up? Did she go here? Because it's in North Carolina, right? That Mid-Eastern University. Courtney May Watts. From the view counter, you can tell you're one of only 100 people who've visited. She's not shy about claiming she's Jane Doe Roottree. As proof, she has posted an unobscured cover. Hello. Courtney May Watts. Everyone has everything wrong. My mom approached the Roottrees before 5 Piece was ever on the cover at Newstime. The site has scanned litter. Hey, let's check that out. Great. Oh, sure. Okay. Courtney May Watts. Hello. Sorry, what were you? You're a... Okay. Okay, so she's nursing. Where's the... Oh, hello. Yes. Great. So we have... Nurse? Yes. Unless they're gonna say student. What's his name? Hello? There. Danny. What was her... Newton. Danny Newton. Got it. Oh, Clark. Clark has a new picture. There we go. Okay. So, my 5-piece theory panned out. So I think... Oh, I haven't found a clue yet. What about this? Ryan and Cork. Who the hell are those? Who's Ryan and Cork? Oh. What's that? Just as a person, no chance. Illicit DNA from Jane Doe was tested against the DNA of Bonnie Kellogg, née Hudson. Ryan and Cork, who were representing Anonymous, have confirmed that the sample they sent to the Roottrees was definitely... Alright. Dianatico, I gotcha. A relatively new phenomenon. Sample in person, they put the name of the person on the test according to their legal ID, which is why it says David instead of Felix. They tested Felix's hair versus a sample sent from the Roottrees. It's listed as Jane Doe because it was collected in person, but Roottree Company let them know it was Bonnie Kellogg. The left and right sets of numbers are essentially signatures. So this was for... Hang on. Jane Doe. Not related. However... So, here's what happens. She sends in... Here's the problem. Okay, so she sends in... So, Roottree send in the hair sample to DNA to go. So it could be a fake sample. So that doesn't mean that the DNA that they get is... legit. I'm not saying they're lying. The game's not saying they're lying. Okay, so this guy Hudson is dead. So okay, man. So, this Ruby fella sent the right sample for him to prove it, but sent the wrong sample for her. Maybe? Because here's the thing. She was there. Yeah, she was. Beatrice Watts worked there. No. Company records. Beatrice Watts, right there. DNA test. We know that her hair was accurate. Oh, that's what we could do. That's what we could do. Holy fuck, we got her. We got her. These numbers are different. These numbers are different from these numbers. $14, $12, $13, $7, $8, $15, $16, $15, $16. Yeah. So how does this happen? So she sent... Do they know each other? Ruby Sprat. Portland Telegraph. Ruby Sprat. Yeah. So, how does this work? Because we're saying that we need a third sample, don't we? Don't we need a sample? Because we have a sample here. Maybe that's real or not. Or maybe she really isn't related. But then we have a sample here. We have 2 competing samples for Bonnie Kellogg. Adrian Rowland? Do we look him up? That his name? Yeah. Okay, so this is for there's something going on here. I just have to prove that they're like connected somehow. I don't know. Here's the thing. Do I just guess? I don't want to just guess, but I think that there's evidence for some of it. I haven't found this clue yet. How many of these? I have 4 of these. We do think that Elias slept with Bess. We do think that because Gwyneth was saying it. I just don't... If he's the one we're testing for all this, it's so long ago, right? Actually, wait. Does DNA Tico talk about how long ago? Wait, does this say... Is this the one that says... Alleged paternal aunt? And then this one says... Jane Doe. This one definitely says Bonnie Kellogg, though. So she might really not be related. But this guy... That's definitely not the same sample. Do we have... Can I search, like, DNA test? No. He's dead, though, right? Frank Williams? Yeah, he was survived by... so I don't think... No. Where do I go back? Oh, here. Yeah. I think it's impossible to prove, but I'm not sure. I'm not willing to say that just yet. I think Stewart is definitely not. Because I think he was definitely adopted. I'm gonna say that. Yeah. Marky Boy. Crocodile. Crocodile Dundee. Crocodile Markiplier. Do I have... We have so much on this guy. Oh, let's go over here. Yes, Toast Dorito Jacobson. Oh. So hang on. I thought Mary had an affair with Miracle. But if he really did arrive on her stoop as a baby in a basket, he could have been Lucinda, right? This was Lucinda. This was Edith's sister. Right? Can I look up, what's the thing for... Lucinda Jacobson? No. Is this... There it is. Okay. Yeah, so she is... I think he definitely is. So I'm gonna say he is. Okay. So far, so good. So what about this guy? We're missing 2. We have the News Time article. We have the all his songs. Fountain of Youths. Let's see. How do we go through this? It's like in an intelligent way. DNA to code. Let's see. I don't have all the clues here. So when was his mom working for? What was her name? Christine Garland? Okay. She was hired and then married. This is before Guy Hudson was the president. So I think let's see. I want to get the rest of the stuff. I want to get the rest of these clues. So do we have to like search through all of his songs and stuff? Let's see, 5 pieces. Okay, Root of All Evil. What about his other name? Dirty Devil? Devil? Yes, I can jump. There's some confusion amongst the families. Because of it, it's agreed upon that the mixtape had to come out in 1992 at the earliest. But others point out that Fellows references seeing the movie on his 17th birthday. This would have been in 1994. So 1994 minus 17. 1977. he was born? (1992, 1994). Making himself sound older. She worked there that was when she worked there. If he was 17 in 1994, then he was born in 1977, sorry. If he was born I think it lines up, but I don't think it's true because am I getting any of the clues? It's got to be a periodical, right? Maybe 5Ps. Portland Telegraph. Felix Fellows. No. Felix Fellows. What about Dirt? What's his stupid other name? Dirte Dave. There we go. Apparently, the unveiling of the fountain, the mayor of Portland made a speech. Performances by local. Oh. Foster care alumni, and most of them grew up together as close friends. Yo, she hooked her boy up. Is that one of the? It is. That was one of them. Fountain of Views. Let's see. What else could I search to get something? I don't have to listen to that whole song, do I? Because if so, forget it. I'm trying to, look through my paper notes. We've got Joanna. She worked to register. I think he's not real. Because of course he's not. His friend, Ruby, hooked him up. I'm gonna say no. I'm with Miracle on this one. I just don't want him to get the money. He's just a bad artist, kind of gross. It's fine. All right. Okay, so these guys. Now, I feel like James is the Roottree, right? Because she was pregnant when she reconnected with Steve. Do I have all the evidence here? I do. Good. So I think she was pregnant with James when she met up with Steve again. But then they actually had Robert. I think that's what it is. So I'm gonna say he is. I'm gonna say he's not. Cool. So not only is Robert the sous chef forever, but he's also not getting money from this. Okay, now then. I do think she's a Roottree. I think she did work with Guy. I think the timing matches. I don't think the DNA test really matters. I'm gonna say she is. In a cruel reversal of fate for the rapper guy. Okay. Min Lang. Oop, car alarm. That's fun. I think so. They flew out to America. And then they went back and they did the, was it Key Jeans thing? I think she is. Okay. I think I haven't found all this evidence. I do think he is, though. Are the flavors payments? Or are they just symbolic? I'm not sure. I feel like I'm just guessing, but we've already done all the legwork. So I do think these are valid theories. Okay. So I'm gonna say he is. I think he is. Okay, now let's talk about these two. Because do we have all of it? We do. Let me see. According to the reporter's investigation, Mr. Hughes is convinced that he was not the father. Oh, it was twins. It was twins. So they're both Rootrees. Yes. Oh, I have 3. Hold on. Oh, right. I think this is inconclusive, because he's dead. Now, he's dead and has been for a long time. Who else? 2 possible Rootrees left to identify. I mean, the baby definitely is. Hang on, what? Oh, Ron and Robbie. Why wouldn't they be? Do we have evidence for this? Oh my gosh, 3 out of 12. Okay, let's look this up. Ron. Ron and Cleric would take over. Oh yeah, we know about this. Okay, what about Robbie? And because I don't think we've read all this. We've read all. What about our productions? Oh, Guys Like Us remake. Hello. Cameron Diaz. Linda Fiorentino. Uh-oh. Ron's having a... He got the curse briefly, and that was it. That was enough. Move news. Sure. That sounds right. Yeah, so we have... Guys Like Us. Are we finding out that this actually wasn't Wild Bill Williams? Even with the success and acclaim, she retired from Hollywood almost immediately after a co-starring role. That was just known until recently. Re-released. Recently as part of a myriad of articles and research people have done into the surrounding Roottrees. She died Huntington's. Neurodegenerative disease that most recognizably causes memory issues, uncontrollable movements in the limbs. Huntington's is passed genetically from parent to child. The gene that causes Huntington's works in such a way. Oh. If someone has a mother or father with Huntington's, but they themselves did not receive it from the parent, their children will also never have it. Okay, so wait. Does that mean that Gwen has it? Is that what Ron has? Okay, so what about Wild Bill Williams? What's going on? An actor known for his role Fortune Favors the Grave did not make an appearance at Gwen's funeral. Because of his absence, there were rumors online he must have already died, but according to a reporter that tracked him down, he's in his 70s, lives in Paris, and is still perfectly in fine health. He went on records as saying, I think it was Mark Twain who said, the rumors of my death have been greatly exaggerated. The few years I spent with Gwen were just one stop along a very long and complicated journey. The last time we spoke was when I signed the divorce papers. She asked me to never contact her or the kids again. I've always respected those wishes. They've never reached out to me either. I wish them well, and I'm sorry for their loss, but we've all been strangers for 40 years, so I can confidently say they wouldn't have wanted me to be there. In fact, I'm confident my presence would have ruined it. Okay, so what about Penelope? Tessa Green. Best medicine to help find a cure for Huntington's disease. According to the website, she released a statement. Up till recently, we didn't know anything about Huntington's. Oh boy. So Ron has it, which means that his mother had it. Okay. Brother Trouble. No, outdated. What about TMS? 2 months ago, he very publicly went to rehab. He was hasn't appeared in any new movies in the last 8 months. Okay, whatever. Let's go to Teen Blast. Maybe search from there. Robert linked to the death of the Roottrees sisters. Only a few months ago, I found out someone close to me has a pretty serious disease. He asked me not to talk about it. It'll likely get worse. All the darkness has really put my own life into perspective. I almost threw it away. It turns out the most important thing I could do was stop trying to fix my problems by pretending they didn't exist. Okay, so Ron Roottree is not doing good. Okay, can we find out when? It doesn't pass recessively. So Gwen had it. Wait, what did that say? It's like a 50% chance. Have I found a bunch of the clues, by the way? I think so. I'm missing one. What am I missing? Oh, did it mention that Wild Bill had... So Gwen had it. So her kids have a 50% chance. So if Gwen had it, symptom onset somewhere between the ages 30 and 50. So they make it to about at most 65. So did Gwen Roottree, did she have like symptoms? Biggest role was in the minor hit. She died in Paris, France about a week ago. Oh, pneumonia. So Ron got it from somewhere else? Neither of his supposed parents had it? The chick... No. Who had it? Someone had it. That we just looked up. Leslie Florence. She had Huntington's. What the fuck? So, Bron can't be Gwen's kid, right? Because the story is that it's Gwen and Wild Bill, but neither of them had it. So Ron can't be a Roottree. Holy shit. I did not see that coming at all. And we saw Gwen pregnant with... Right? They said she was pregnant with Rob. No, that's not what that's not what I want to see. It was she was pregnant. Yes. Okay. So Ron is not a Roottree. Oh, that's brutal. Not only is he suffering from this horrible disease. Oh, I should have just said he was. Can I change it? Well, I want to get the game right. These people don't exist. So in the cruel, heartless world of Puzzle Land, we're saying Robbie is. And we're condemning Ron to the... to not get any funding. He's the Ernie Jr. path. We good? I think we're good. I thought this video was going to be like super short. Oh well, let's do it. But first. Alright, Clark's picture. I did it. We did it. This was a team effort. Booyah. Alright. Give it to us.
Beatrice and Courtney May. Clark, can you swing another test against Bonnie's DNA?
This time I'll be sure to have them verify both samples in person.
There we go. Oh. What's up?
Using the family tree you filled out, as well as DNA tests, we were able to uncover the truth behind all the inconsistencies.
Did your boy nail it?
Clark's handling the business, but I've come to thank you and fill you in on everything we've learned. Buckle up, because it's been one heck of a week.
For us both.
Actually, that's an understatement. It's not every week you discover your family company is being sabotaged by someone they trusted.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the kind of time we've been having. Like I said, buckle up. Maybe grab some popcorn. We'll start with Guy Hudson.
Let's see.
Guy had a frankly ridiculous number of potential children. What shocked me is how many graduated from potential to confirmed.
Yeah.
We can even prove he was aware of them. The smoking gun was how he used company money to pay off a lot of women.
So those flavors were not development. Those were payoffs.
He hid it with a method inspired by his idol, Elias. 5-piece flavors.
Yeah.
The flavors he was paying to research
I knew it.
were a ruse. He developed flavors based on the initials of the women he was paying.
Bro.
Which was really stupid, considering one of their names started with X.
That was stupid. But also, it answers why the first one, Joanna, didn't fit. She wasn't a real one.
Let's start with Christine. Guy was paying her under the name Caviar. But there were some other clues. James was born 9 months after Zach's party.
Wait, so also, when they say that caviar was super popular in Brazil, are they talking about Christine? She go down to Rio?
Christine was there with Guy, and when she got pregnant, she panicked. Steve stepped up. He even turned it into one of his recipe stories.
Indeed.
Not all of Guy's affairs led to offspring. He may have slept with Robin Martin, but she didn't have children, so we'll never know.
Yeah.
Also, not every child of Guy's affair partners were his. Robert Garland was born after his parents had already moved to Boston.
Yep. I got that.
Skipping Beatrice for now. Up next is Lang Xin-yu. When Guy showed up in China, she was into America. And Americans. Dare I say redheads?
Oh, it happened
even?
over there.
When she got pregnant, her father paid key genes to fake IVF. They claimed her sister was unable to conceive. But her sister and Jerry had their own son, Mark.
Oh, they just lied about that. I thought that Jerry and... What was her name? I thought they figured it out. I thought they actually had some, like, Hail Mary. I don't know what I thought. That makes sense, though. Yes. Talonclaw.
Sonia Alves was soon after. Nia was married at a very young age to a much older husband. She resented him. I don't blame her. They allegedly spent no time together in private. Guy was in Brazil during Christmas 1979. It's the only Christmas not in the records. Flavio was born 9 months later, and like the others, Guy started paying Sonia.
Nailed it.
Last was Susan Ford, hired to translate for Guy's overseas trips. It's easy to read into Guy's donation to her school, but there's no definitive proof there. She and Guy were witnessed together near the end of his life. Susan's husband was convinced he couldn't be the father of her daughters. Guy, though, paid double. The price of twins.
Oh, I didn't notice that. I did not notice that.
So, what about 5 Ps? Felix Fellow's mother, Joanna, doesn't have a 5 pieces flavor. On top of that, his story doesn't really add up. His mother already left the company by the time Guy became president, and his lyrics indicate he was born sometime around 1975. Alone, that wouldn't necessarily prove it. But there are some suspicious connections between Felix and the company's current lawyer, Ruby Spratt.
Yeah, orphanage friends.
They both grew up in Portland, in foster care, and according to the local paper, they definitely knew one another. Ruby was the one who approached the Roottrees to begin with. It was all a setup.
Damn.
Ruby and Felix saw my book's challenge to the Clancet Trust as an opportunity. His mother really had worked for Roottree, and Ruby was a respected lawyer. She exploited my family's greed, worked her way into control of the trust, and ensured Felix got a piece. But they made some mistakes along the way. If you look at the 2 DNA tests that Ruby handled, they were both supposedly tested against Bonnie Hudson. But the 2 signatures that should both represent Bonnie don't match. After Clark and I confronted her, Ruby lawyered up. Ironic, I know. We suspect Ruby had Donatico test Felix against his own mother's DNA. He had a hairbrush of hers. They sent the female sample in remotely. On the second test, Bonnie's sample was tested locally, but Courtney May's was not. Ruby's been throwing away samples. We think she sent her own hair instead of Courtney May's, but it could have been anyone's. Ruby and Felix were in cahoots. As for why, they were both advocates of wealth redistribution.
Yep.
A noble effort. But once they controlled the family fortune, they became just as greedy as the worst members of my family. The money corrupted them. They were so eager to personally wield the wealth for their own cause that they sabotaged any other claims.
Get out of here.
That finally brings us to Anonymom, a.k.a. Beatrice Watts. Her tales of Guy's parties and payoffs were true. She even approached Ruby before 5 Ps was on news time. Ruby used Beatrice's truths to make Felix's lies feel real, then ruined the DNA test so that Beatrice looked phony in the public court of opinion.
Yeah.
I feel worst for her in all of this.
Nice.
While Ruby and Felix stole the show, there were some other potential new family members as well. Miracle Roottree was less of an open and shut case. That said, it's very likely he had a son with Mary Beth Clementine. Not Stuart. Mary Beth adopted him before she ever set foot in Butler County.
Yeah.
That leaves Mark. The timeline fits. He showed up about 9 months after Mary Beth visited Miracle. And the basket baby story is a bit too convenient. If that's not enough on its own, he was also bailed out by the sister of Edith Roottree, Miracle Jr.'s wife. Our best guess is that Mark was told by his mother whose son he was, and used that fact to put some pressure on Miracle Jr.
Owned.
We have no real proof of that, but nothing else really makes sense for why they'd be connected in that way.
Oh, there we go. Crocodiles in the trust.
Elias's affair was the most ambiguous. Gwyneth was able to coerce
I think I
Elias
know
to
all
do
of
things
this.
he wouldn't have otherwise done, like pressure to include me in the family. My son even mentioned them arguing about someone named Beth. Combined with Gwyneth's lisp, it's possible the name was actually Bess. Unfortunately, all we know about Bess Williams is that she wrote his book and died not long after, leaving her only son an orphan. The timeline fits with Wildcat, but there's no record if she had any other relationship. Honestly, I wouldn't say we had enough evidence either way. I wouldn't be surprised if Elias cheated. Of course, I'm a bit biased. Regardless, we haven't gotten in touch with any of the Williams clan yet. That means we haven't been able to do a DNA test. As Clark mentioned, from here on out, all of our DNA tests will be in person for both parties.
There we go. Open and shut case. Leonardo DiCaprio, we're not sure about.
Lastly, we have a bit of a curveball. Ron Roottree isn't related to us by blood. Gwyn was definitely pregnant, so it's likely Robbie is. When Ron and Robbie went to visit their mother at the end of her life, something changed. Additionally, there have been a few rumors circling around Ron. RR Productions canceled the Guys Like Us remake due to the director's illness.
Yeah.
At the same time, Ron's wife Penelope began doing benefits for Huntington's disease, stating that she had become familiar with it. Huntington's is the same disease that Gwyn's former co-star Leslie Florence had. It's passed from parent to child. It can't skip a generation. Because Gwyn and Wild Bill didn't have Huntington's, and Ron seems to, it's impossible Gwyn was his mother. I recently confirmed all this with Ron. At the end of her life, Gwyn told Ron the story. Leslie and Bill had an affair the same year Leslie learned she had Huntington's. Leslie got pregnant. Leslie wasn't likely to survive to see her child grow up. And even if she did, she didn't want to be a burden. She begged Gwyn and Wild Bill to adopt her child.
Damn.
Gwyn did. Mere weeks after she found out she was having her own son, she also took in Ron. Wild Bill was a problem. Unreliable and a serial adulterer. Gwyn divorced him and never saw him again.
Yeah.
Gwyn had already told Starlet she was pregnant, so it never really made waves when people saw her with a child in Paris. There was gossip during her divorce when she was discovered to be pregnant again. In actuality, it was the final months of her only pregnancy. To lay low, she stayed in Paris long enough that even her own family never had reason to question the timeline. It's one heck of a story, and frankly, nobody could be expected to piece the timeline together.
Yeah, that was
Not with what few mentions of Gwyn's past have survived. But the Huntingtons itself? That's proof.
Well, there you go. Ironic he wanted to kick Robbie out.
Ron suing Robbie to remove him from the Clancet Trust was a huge moment in my story, and a major catalyst for this entire investigation. Finding out that it's been pretty much backwards this whole time has been a bit surreal. So that's where we're at. Looking over the information you sent us was invaluable. You got everything absolutely correct.
I am the genealogy genie, as you said.
Why did we even bother hiring a team? You figured it all out solo.
Well, you hired me, so...
All this information, this entire story. It's a lot, in more ways than one. Some of it has the potential to destroy marriages and ruin relationships. We're handling it all very, very carefully, but we couldn't have gotten here without you. And with that, I guess our tale has finally, truly come to an end. What a strange one it was.
Until we find out that there's a dirt bike Roottrie. No.
No words can express how grateful I am to you for untangling this mess. Honestly, I've had enough of my family's eccentricities and scandals for one lifetime. I imagine you have as well. And if not, well, there's always Elias's and Gwyneth's brothers and sisters.
Attention.
Oh, no.
This is 5 Piece coming at you from the real world.
More like no peas.
You say money is the root of all your
Let's see. Can we
problems.
skip, please? Can we call it? Can we call it a day?
Man.
There we go. Okay. Well, that is where I'm going to leave this story of the Roottrees. Thank you for watching this series. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. And I'll catch you on the next one. Have a good one.